Muta, fixed-time marriage. Marriage is a bond between a husband and wife, which is sometimes permanent and sometimes fixed time, which means that a period of time is determined for it. The difference between permanent and fixed-time marriage in Shia's jurisprudence is only in its time span, and the other conditions are the same. The following conditions are the same in fixed-time and permanent marriage. 1. A man and a woman should not have a religious impediment to marry, like mother, sister, daughter, or aunt. 2. The mahar agreed upon by the parties should be mentioned in marriage contract. 3. The time span of the marriage should be determined. 4. Islamic marriage should be executed. 5. The child born from them is their legitimate child. 6. Children's alimony is the responsibility of father, and children inherit from their parents. Now, this question must be answered. Why is there such a thing as fixed-time marriage in Islam? The answer is that the religion of Islam is the eternal Sharia that answers all needs of human. Some young people find themselves in situations such as studying in a foreign country where they do not have the possibility of permanent marriage. In such a situation, a young man has three positions: remain in the same state of pressure and flounder under the pressure, commit fornication and sins. Based on the aforementioned circumstances, he should marry a woman who is religiously accepted and for a certain length of time. In the first case, it should be said that it often fails, except for a few cases. The end of those who choose the second way is driving themselves to ruin and misery, because this way leads a person to mental deviation and deviance. Therefore, the only third way is rational and based on human nature, which of course was practiced during the time of the Holy Prophet, but later it was disputed between Shias and Sunnis. Fixed-time marriage was lawful at the early Islam, and this ruling was not superseded during the time of the Holy Prophet. This verse is a clear proof of the legitimacy of fixed-time marriage. If you marry them for the appointed time, you must pay their mahar. Shia and Sunni commentators agree that this verse was revealed about fixed-time marriage. Fixed-time marriage was forbidden by the second caliph, and therefore the Sunnis do not believe in it. Some Sunni scholars believe that verses 5 and 6 of Surah al-Mu'minun abrogate the verse of fixed-time marriage. This is despite the fact that the Surah al-Mu'minun was revealed before Surah al-Nisa. So how do the verses that were revealed before the verse of fixed-time marriage could abrogate it? Fake hadith and false narratives is the cause of division in Islam. One of the means of distorting Islam is forging of hadith and narratives. In fact, all distortions are done with this tool because the Holy Quran is under divine protection and is immune from any danger and attack. So, where it may be attacked and the attack is effective is the explanation and interpretation of the verses of the Quran, the Hadith, and the traditions of the Prophet. Unfortunately, in order for some people not to be cut off from the benefits of their master's wealth, they forged hadiths and narratives, which have become one of the biggest causes of division in Islam. Unfortunately, despite their large population and resources, Muslims have often been dominated by foreigners. When all Muslims believe in one God, one prophet, one holy book, and the hereafter, why should they quarrel and fight with each other over issues that benefit only the enemies of Islam? For example, the Holy Quran has repeatedly denied racism and placed piety as the basis of superiority. However, some Muslims are still involved in their own race and create differences with the others for this trivial matter. Or in another case, some Sunnis say that Shias call Aisha, the Prophet's wife, a prostitute. In response, it should be said that Shias believe that anyone who swears and insults any of the wives of the Prophet of God is faithless, because such an attitude is in fact a great insult to the holy position of the Prophet. In addition, Shias believed, based on the verses of the Quran, that cursing and insulting all Muslims is forbidden, let alone the Prophet's wife. So, such a claim is not only a lie, but also ridiculous. Although according to verse 32 of Surah Al-Ahzab, the Prophet's wives may have weaknesses in terms of piety and virtue, like Noah's wife and Lut's wife, but the Shias have never made such an inappropriate attitude to Aisha or other wives of the Prophet. The unity of Muslims is something that the hegemony is extremely afraid of because they know that then they will be destroyed.